I'm Griffin Hammond. I'm an independent filmmaker. I just made a documentary called Sriracha, and I just made a really cool time travel vocabulary video with Project Ed. I think I started video production in high school and always really enjoyed that. I did a lot of weddings for teachers of mine that got married. That's how I got into this business. And then I got lucky after collaborating with lots of people on the internet. I got a job at Indie Mogul teaching low-budget DIY filmmaking techniques. But this channel existed for 7 years before, or 5 years or something before me.
How many Indie Mogul videos did you end up doing while you were there?
468, which was like the most videos I ever made, ever.
Yeah.
For anyone. It was a lot of fun making this video with Project Ed. I'd never made a vocabulary video before, and there were some great challenges, like we could only shoot with an iPhone and trying to fit all this in 1 minute, and that's what I really like about filmmaking. I like, give me as many boundaries as possible, because I think that helps me be creative, and I think we were able to come up with something really cool within those confines. I'm influenced by a lot of really cool YouTube filmmakers, people that aren't super famous, but like Casey Neistat is one of my kind of idols in YouTube filmmaking. He's a New York City filmmaker who kind of just does his own thing, and he's really made a personal brand for himself. So I try to be, like, I'm not some production company, I just try to be Griffin Hammond, a guy that makes films. I always gravitated more towards math and science than I did to English and artsy things. And I think I always felt like I wasn't an artist because I can't draw or anything. But filmmaking is great because I feel like it lets me be an artist by letting me focus on the math and science things that I like. Like, film is a lot of camera equipment and numbers and f-stops and shutter speeds. So I feel like it's kind of like engineering, but the outcome is art. So I think that's why I gravitate towards it. I did a video that would be worth checking out. It's one of my favorite videos I did for Indie Mogul. And it's just called Math Tricks for Filmmakers. I did like a bunch of stuff on a whiteboard, but I explain the math behind f-stop and some other things like histograms but the f-stop stuff I think is really interesting. I think failure is like the key component to being a filmmaker. You have to try things. You know, if you're ever going to make something interesting, you got to reach outside the box, and it won't work all the time. But you learn a lot from making a mistake, or making a film and you realize the audio wasn't very good, or I should have been on a tripod the whole time. So every project you make, hopefully you're identifying mistakes, because those are things you'll do better next time. I think a lot of young filmmakers are really concerned about their first film, like it needs to be perfect. They need to get all the greatest camera equipment, and they're gonna write the script, and they're gonna go to Kickstarter and get all this money, and then they need to make this perfect film. And I don't think that's gonna happen for you. It shouldn't. I mean, your first film won't be that good when you look back on it several years later. So it's really just, it's practice. So don't feel like you need to wait until you have the best camera, or wait until you have the money. Just try telling that story, and some things will work, some things won't, and then your next project will be even better. So don't get too caught up on making sure everything's perfect. It won't be. So I really wanted to make a documentary and something I could show at film festivals, and so I looked for things that I love. That's what you should probably tell stories about, and I really love Sriracha, the hot sauce. So I made a documentary about Sriracha, and it's been a lot of fun. It's available online, and taking it to film festivals. I'm proud of it. Sriracha is online at srirachamovie.com.
I've finished grading your papers. Excellent work, most of you.
I need more evidence.
This is an incredible achievement. What was your inspiration for developing time travel?
Well, I'm failing my science class, so the only way to pass is to retroactively change my grade.